twins, where the twins confer, where the twins whatever. Quite a few men, quite a few. Like I said, when it first came out, when I first started releasing information and stuff like that, there were probably about uh, I don't know, a couple hundred, a couple thousand, a couple hundred wives that were women that were happily married. Like I said, I had put people together, basically male, female teams, pretty much. I hired men and women to basically work together, and I suggested that men and women work together, basically as teams. And so, quite a few of the congressmen, or quite a few of these people, basically in the government and around there, like I said, when things first started getting declassified, a lot of these men and women they fell in love when they were 20 or so, and they were in love and they were happily married. And while the women were at home safeguarding whatever, or doing whatever, and protecting the secrets or protecting whatever. A lot of these congressmen, a lot of these men were off in other countries, and what they were really doing is raping and killing and doing all kinds of horrible things, basically. And pretty much, the Democrats. The women were very much in the dark for the most of it, for the most part of it, actually. What the Democrats were doing, what the Republicans were doing, was mostly a male thing, and what they would do is basically, the same thing as aristocrats, basically. They would run off to other countries, and basically they would have sex with foreign women, Germans, British, French, all kinds of women. They're basically just fornicating, and they're supposedly supposed to be doing all these great works and all this and all that, and supposedly they were doing this and doing that, but they actually weren't doing any of it. It was actually Germany or someone else, or basically Lucifer Starlines, my company, basically. But there's all these women that thought that they're good congressmen were doing this and doing that. And they didn't really understand what Congress just means basically to fornicate, or to congress through, or to trespass. To congress just basically means to trespass, or to pass through. Um, I used to know what the meaning of the word "for" was too. Why they yelled "for" or whatever. Oh wait, that's right. A hole in 4 points. If you get a hole in one, you get 4 points or something like that. And that's why they would yell "for," because or whatever. It's a golf thing basically, and sometimes because sometimes like they would actually, you get points deducted, I guess, for every swing you take or whatever. So basically, a lot of people would yell "for," and they would actually take an extra 2 or 3 swings or whatever, basically cheating on the game of golf. Anyway, though, that's why a lot of people were really good golfers at home, but as soon as they played a championship, they usually sucked or something like that. Anyway, though, like I said, JFK and some congressmen were really bitter and jealous. JFK would sleep with just about any woman, and quite a few of the congressmen would often ask about how beautiful someone's wife is, and this and that, so they could go and have dinner and have sex with them or something like that. Or, I don't know, it's a big swingers thing, swingers, Congress, whatever. Anyway, basically all these lies, pretty much, that were considered national security, top secret. Um, anyway, so the truth was going to come out anyway, eventually, no matter what, about a lot of different people, a lot of different things. So, and as it started to come out, and as I started to tell people, as people started to find out about what these congressmen were actually doing in other countries, or what these men were doing in other countries, there were a lot of divorces. And like I said at first, it's like "to death do us part." There's no divorce. We don't let. And mostly the reason why they were actually restricting divorce is because of the fact that these women had been with them, and they had shared these secrets with these women, blah blah. So these women knew about them, and I don't know. You have to talk to the people and basically what other people do, but basically a lot of these women knew the secrets of the men, and also and a lot of these men just wanted to basically just kick the women out of the house and be like, oh, come on, come into my nice new home, honey. And sometimes these women had even done things with these men, to get them these things or whatever. Anyway, I don't really know. I'm not really one to judge, or one to speak on this really. But basically, pretty much in Congress and in government and in society, basically there's this rash of divorces. It's and I okayed it because I think it was over Jackie or something like that. Jackie didn't want to be with someone or something like that, or one of my women didn't really want to be with what's called, but they were being lied to about, you can never divorce. Blah. It's like, no, it's fine. In the eyes of your Lord, Lucifer Starline, me, it was fine. So I said, oh no, that's fine. You can get divorced, but you gotta split up. Divide the stuff equally between the two people, whatever. So I mean, I don't really know that much about it. Wrong. So was a whatever. Anyway, I don't really know, but and there's all kinds of people that don't really know exactly what was going on, really realistically anyway. But I mean, when I was asked anyway, as basically Lucifer Starline, creator of the laws and basically creator of human race and all that stuff, and there was no one higher than me anyway. Like I said, I used to marry people. I married a couple people, so sanctified in the eyes of the Lord, me basically. So I was like, yeah, whatever. Anyway though, but it meant a lot to some of the life forms. So I like I was very honorable about it, and walked them through the marriage, and all that other stuff, because it meant something to them and it meant something to me, I guess, because they were my life forms, and I was happy that they asked me and all that other stuff. So anyway, I was surrogately in, or at least communicating with them on some of the marriages. So anyway though, but basically though, the when the truth started coming out about like how congressmen were going to these little Aborigine towns and stuff like that, and basically it was regarding like JFK and Nixon raping a bunch of women, and they would give out candy and then they would have sex with a bunch of Aborigine girls or a bunch of girls or a bunch of whatever. There was this big lie, and it centered around and that's a part of also what Lee Harvey Oswald was involved in too, is he knew about what they were doing, and I did too, and that's another reason why they wanted to kill me, because I was watching them at the time. So anyway, basically, there was this whole string of divorces. Like hundreds of women basically got divorces from their men because these men were cheating on them like crazy and basically having sex like crazy. And these women were at home, taking care of the kids, working hard, being honest or whatever, or safeguarding these congressmen and these men's lives, and then come to find out that these men were doing all these horrible things, and raping and having sex, and even having sex with all these women and even raping women. There's this rash of divorces. That's the reason why Jimmy Carter, JFK, and also even what's called Bill Gates probably would hate me, is because I made all this stuff public. I allowed this stuff to be public. I wanted it to be public. My printing presses, like I said, my printing presses would print out all kinds of stuff on these people, and basically defamation of character, blah blah blah. And it wasn't really defamation; it was proven, and it's true. And the statements from the wife and all that other stuff, and blah blah blah. And I don't care. It's called freedom of press. So, and they couldn't really buy, and that was another thing, is they couldn't really buy my printing presses. They can't buy Star printing presses, any more than you can buy the U.S. The American Treasury. It's not the U.S. Treasury; it's the American Treasury. It's Star printing presses again. It's my printing presses. They're my people, my printing presses, my paper, my everything. So there wasn't a lot that Congress and all these other people could do other than shoot my people and and kill them or torture them. So anyway, there's a lot of these things about this, and everyone's wrong, national security, top secret, need to know. It's like they fling these words around, and they're all bullshit, and they're all just lies, and just basically people trying to cover, just trying to, it's like a sinking ship. My ship is sinking, but their ship is sinking a lot faster than my ship. My ship's like, and my ship might actually be a submarine. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And might be just fine. Their ship, was a limited time, whatever. It's like, whatever. So anyway, there's a lot of reason why they wanted me dead and they wanted to kill me, because I was going to rat them out, or just tell about all these things that were going on, and there wasn't a lot they could do about it. And even worse, my people were going to print stories on what they were doing and all this other stuff. I mean stuff that, you think what Princess Diana did was bad. Oh, you have no idea what's considered national security, top secret, need to know, is way, way worse. And that, where it's actual rape and actual killing and actual chopping off arms and legs and all kinds of other stuff that they wouldn't want even their own mother to know about. And things like using nuclear reaction bullets to kill people and to basically take over factories. And for what? For nothing, really. Or to intimidate families of women, so their daughters would have sex with them or something like that. It was all stupid. Everything about Congress and the U.S. is stupid. And I suppose that's what you find out eventually. And that's why eventually a lot of them were hunted down and killed. So I don't really know. Lee Harvey Oswald was going after some people, and a bunch of people were going after some people. So anyway, I don't really know. I really don't care. There's a lot of these lies, and I had nothing to do with any of it. other than the fact that I okayed divorce and even okayed gay marriage. And that probably had more to do with the fact that they wanted the gay marriage to be okayed more because like two presidents wanted to say that they were in love together because the laws my rules were that only a male and female could be president and vice president of my country. So they had to have gay marriage so that Nixon and Jimmy Carter or someone could say that they were in love together and that's why they were going to be president and vice president. And that's how that all got started. So there's all this stuff that you think is political. It's actually just them trying to lie to me or trying to lie to someone. And, I was like, whatever, okay. So anyway, and that's how they got a male president, a male vice president in the first place. So you find out about all this stuff eventually.